Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again on yet another Sunday. And this time I want to take up a topic through a message or from a message that was sent to me by a friend of mine whom I personally address as my lift buddy. And I call him as my lift buddy because most of the times, or almost every time, I have met him um, in in the building's elevator. This message was sent by him to me, and he had asked me to forward it to a few others or a lot of others, which I did. This message was about a friend of his who is suffering from paralysis and brain stroke and is in dire need of help, of financial assistance, because his medical bills have piled up to, or his medical bills will be piling up to close to 10 lakh of rupees, which is a huge amount for anybody, and probably he is not in a position to pay that kind of a bill. So this message was passed by him to me, and I was quite taken up by it. So I shared this message with a lot of the other people along with my brother. And since I'm not that tech savvy, my brother helped me understand, the kind of contributions that people have made towards that particular cause. And I was really, really touched when I saw those kind of contributions. So the contributions have ranged from contributing rupee 1 rupee to 5 rupees to 20 rupees to 2 rupees to 50 rupees to 100 rupees to 101 to 200 to 800 to 1000 to 2600 to someone even donating 20,000 rupees. And I was mostly touched by somebody who was willing to even contribute 1 rupee. For it showed me that even if every person just contributed that 1 rupee, the smallest amount possible from whatever they can contribute, it makes a huge difference. Also, at the same time, I'm connecting this to another thing, which was when on the Friday before I did my experimentation on Sunday about trying to be in the state of being without doing. Like I had mentioned, that on Saturday I went out with a friend of mine, and while she was parking her bike over there, the parking charges on the receipt is rupee 5, is rupee 4, sorry. And the person, when we asked him, he said it's rupee 5. And I was quite taken aback. I was like, it is printed rupee 4 over here, so why would you be charging rupees 5? Which I had dismissed. Like when I used to park there, I had dismissed that a lot of times. But when this particular message came to me, I'm trying to connect these two things. I was like, why is this person charging an extra rupee from every person that parks there? So probably if we take on an average that say around 3,000 bikes get parked every day, which is the bare minimal that I am counting, that person is earning 3,000 extra rupees. And he's earning what he's earning through those 4 rupees also. But if we can just take out this 3,000 extra rupees on an everyday basis and contribute and make a similar contribution towards such kind of things where it is truly needed, it would amount to a huge amount. And nobody then would be required to pay huge amounts together, which is to say that if we just collectively become aware of the littlest of things that we do or that we do not do, of the littlest of things that we take for granted and those that we should not take for granted, we would be contributing towards everything and everybody, including ourselves and our family, in a much better way, in a better space as well, without truly burdening every soul. So, so the the onus of contributing would then not lie on one single or a few single or a few people. It would be a collective decision, and every time we may not be required to play grandiosity at its biggest scale. We just might not need to do that. So, the idea over here is not trying to boost our own egos because it's not being threatened, not trying to play even small before our own egos, at the same time being aware that if we work in a collective way and if we contribute in the littlest of manners that we possibly can towards certain things or towards certain people who truly need our help at that point in time where we can help, and if we are in a position to help, I think we all should make that contribution. We may not be able to do huge things, it is not even required. We just should be willing to do the tiniest of things that we can possibly do. So the idea is not to give away to that which is not required, where it's not really needed, but to probably save it for, and I'm not talking just in terms of finances, to save all of those resources towards a cause, towards a certain thing that needs more collective input. So let's try and do that. Let's try and work towards being collectively together into certain things rather than thinking that it's not my duty to do it or it's somebody else's to do it, or rather than thinking that I can't make such a huge contribution. Nobody asks for a huge contribution. If you can do it, nothing like it, please do it. But if you can't, do it in the smallest of manners possible. Do it in a collective way possible. Do it in a more awakened, aware manner possible. And I think we all can make a difference over there. So let's try and do that, for it definitely helps somebody or something. And it eventually makes our life better without making it burdensome on one single or few single people out there. So let's try and do that, and let's try working in a collective way together. So I will see you again next Sunday. Till then, have a fantastic weekend. Till then, let's try and work collectively together.